Hi everyone, I'm Sophia. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a short Pilates sequence for shoulder strength and mobility. This sequence is suitable during pregnancy, and I personally feel that it is a really helpful sequence. Having gone through one pregnancy and really struggled with shoulder tension, I'm finding this time around that it's much easier and a lot less uncomfortable through my shoulders and neck. And I think it's coming from practicing this. So although I can't promise, I hope that you find it helpful too. Okay, so we're going to come into a comfortable position on the mat. So I've just chosen to cross my legs, but you could use a long frog or sit on a block or even a chair. And then from here, we're going to reach both arms away from us, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, lifting through the crown of the head, and always finding that sense of connection in your centre. From here, we're going to look over to the left, lifting the left thumb up and rotating the right thumb towards the floor, having the elbows just slightly soft. We're going to inhale to turn direction, rotating the arms, and then exhale to rotate in the other direction. So we're looking one way and then the other, lifting through the back of the head and neck, gently mobilising the shoulders as far as they're comfortable to move. Keep working with that breath, maintain that central connection, and also try and visualise a little pocket of air between every vertebra and the next as you work. Really good. Let's go for one more on each side, so making sure that we're even on both sides. Good. And then we're going to come back to the centre and let the arms relax down. From here, just roll your shoulders. Good. So the next exercise, I'm going to add in a lightweight TheraBand. So I've got one here. If you don't have one, you can just do the movement without. So I'm going to hold the band with it. Just a little bit of tension, not too much. I'm then going to draw the shoulders away from my ears, find that central connection. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, we're going to float the arms up and then bend the elbows, taking the band gently behind the head. Float the arms back up and then release down again. So we're going to go for 10 repetitions here. Good. So aiming for symmetry through the arms as you move, letting the shoulders fall away from the ears, keeping that sense of length through the body and spine. Good, so let's keep it going for 5 more. Good, lifting through the back of the head and neck, keeping the shoulders over the hips. Breathing steady and smooth throughout. And then one more. Lovely. Reaching the arms up and then taking the hands down. So from here, we're going to take the band behind us. We're going to hold the band between our hands using a light resistance, pressing the hands wide, feeling the band now crossing the back of the shoulders. And I want you to draw those shoulders around, down and back so your shoulder blades really hug your body. We want to feel a little bit of resistance on the band, but not so much that it's uncomfortable or creating any strain in the shoulders. From here, we're going to inhale. Keep pressing those hands away from you. As you exhale, we're going to gently rotate the spine, going only as far as you feel comfortable, and then inhale to come back. Exhale, turn the head, the neck, the spine, gently rotate, and then inhale, come back gently. Let's keep it going. Pressing those shoulder blades away from each other on the back of the body. Try and get taller as you come back. Lifting through the back of the head and neck. Shoulders are falling away from the ears. Really nice. Okay, so from here we're going to just do one more on each side. Keep separating those shoulder blades, drawing the shoulders away from your ears. And then gently return to the centre and release that band down. Good, roll your shoulders. From here we're going to move into a dumb waiter exercise. So it's a lovely exercise to promote strength in the shoulders. And we're going to use the band, but of course if you don't have one you can do it without. So squeezing the elbows in at the waist, drawing the shoulders away from the ears, and again looking for that lovely sense of length in the body. From here we're going to inhale to take the hands wide. Exhale to return, resisting the band. Inhale to float the arms up, and then exhale, take the hands wide. Again, looking for symmetry in the arms if you can. Good. Inhale, take the arms wide at the bottom, lifting through the back of the head and neck. Exhale, come back. Good. And then keep going. Lovely. Let's keep this going for 7 more repetitions. So again, aiming for about 10. Really nice, looking for that sense of strength in the shoulders, maintaining your neutral pelvis, neutral spine. So not letting the spine move or the body swing. Good, let's go for 3 more here. Drawing the shoulders away from your ears. Really nice. Good. Lovely. And then when you're ready, let's release that band down. Give your hands a wriggle if you need to. That's it. Lovely. So the next exercise we're going to do is in 4-point kneeling, and this exercise is great for shoulder stability. So coming into your 4-point kneeling position, having your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and then drawing the shoulders around, down and back. So you really want to create that sense of lift in the abdominals. So like you're hugging your bump in towards you, having the shoulders hug the back of the ribs, collarbones open. So you could stay here, or to work a little harder, you can walk your hands slightly further forward on the mat and then slide your shoulders again forwards over your wrists. You can keep going forwards as much as you want to increase your intensity, but I would encourage you to work at what feels a really comfortable position and not over challenge yourself. So rib-hip connection, length through the back of the throat. From here we're going to tap opposite shoulders, and we're going to aim for 10 taps on each shoulder. As you do this, we want to maintain the integrity of the spine and that sense of lift in our centre. So we're looking for the body to be still and stable. Length in the back of the throat. Good, let's go for 4 more on each side. Last one, and then walk your hands back in if you came into a slightly extended position. So the next exercise we're going to do, again, it's all about maintaining that sense of stability in your core, and it's about building up into that plank exercise, which is fantastic for shoulder stability as well as your core strength. So from here we're going to start in our 4-point kneeling. We're then going to walk one hand forward and then the other, rocking the body, keeping length in the body and spine, and then walk the hands back in again as you come back. Starting with the opposite hand, so alternate that starting hand, rock forward, rib hip connection, and then walk back again. Rock those shoulders forwards, maintain that core connection. Holding it for just a brief pause. Keeping that sense of length in the body and spine. Keeping the pelvis as still and stable as you possibly can throughout. Activating through the glutes, just enough. Shoulders hugging the body, and then we'll just do one more, making sure to be even on both hands. So finish on that second hand. Good. Find that core connection, and then we're going to come back to the center and rest back on our heels. Lovely. So from here we're going to grab the band again if we've got one, but don't worry if you don't, you can do the exercises without. They'll just have a slightly different sensation. So from here, we're going to come up onto our high kneeling position. And as much as possible, we want to guide the hips forwards over the knees and maintain that neutral connection. And I don't know about you, but I know that at this point in my pregnancy, I am finding that much more challenging than I did at the beginning. So something to really focus yourself on. So driving that tailbone down towards the back of the knees, opening the hips, finding that sense of lift in the abdominals. It's gentle, it's light, it's nothing too intense. We want to keep it quite subtle, really. So floating the hands up, drawing the shoulders down onto the back of the body. From here we're going to inhale. As you exhale, we're going to go back for our rotation, drawing the hands wide, rotating, pressing the shoulder blades out. And then we're going to inhale, come back, get taller. And then exhale, we're going to gently rotate, looking over that back shoulder. Keeping the hips square and forwards as best as you can. So trying to keep the hips facing in front of you. Good, not letting the pelvis rotate. Trying to get the shoulders to hug the back of the body as you reach through the underside of your hand, through that little finger. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. And then when you're ready, let's come back to the center and float the hands down towards the mat. From here, we're going to take the band across the front of the thighs if you've got one. If you don't, you can do the same movement without, so that's fine too. And you want to have a comfortable amount of resistance on the band, so nothing too intense, but just enough to make you work through the back of the arms. We're going to have the baby finger pointing behind us, your index finger at the front. You're going to draw the shoulders away from the ears and lift through the crown of the head. And again, check in with that neutral alignment of the pelvis and spine. We're going to inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to press those arms back, activating the triceps, and then release. Good. So as you move the arms, we want to try and maintain the position of the pelvis and spine and challenge those triceps. Keep lifting through the back of the head and neck. Keep as much length as you possibly can. Good. Reach long through the fingers. Open that chest. Good. Use the breath. Let's keep it going. Keep the arms nice and long. We're going to Gonna do 2 more. And then last one. Lovely. And then release. From here, just place your band down out of the way. Let your shoulders settle and relax. And we're now going to go for some nice big arm circles. So again, keeping the position of the pelvis and spine facing forward and nice and neutral. We're then going to float one hand up in front of us, gently looking towards that thumb as we rotate the arm behind us, keeping the pelvis square, the glutes slightly active, and then rotating all the way behind. Good, so feeling the lovely rotation of the spine and the mobility of your shoulder. Only take that arm as far as it's comfortable. Really nice. Last one in this direction. Good, keeping the hips forwards, and then change the direction. So take the arm up and behind. Keeping that thumb just in sight. Allowing the shoulder to fall away from your ear. And then last one. Good, let that arm relax down by your side. We're going to transition onto the other side. So rotating in the opposite direction. Letting your gaze follow your thumb. Letting the shoulder fall away from your ear. And also keeping the pelvis and spine stable. Lovely. From here, we're just going to change direction. Again, keeping that pelvis nice and square. And then last one. And then come back to the center. Perfect. So from here, we're going to come down into a long frog. So connecting the soles of the feet together, sitting up nice and tall, and then finding your neutral pelvis. So that's where hip bones and pubic bone are level and at a right angle to the floor. Let your shoulders melt down away from your ears and just take a moment to check in with that neutral position of the body. We're now going to take the arms up and interlace the hands behind the head. Let those shoulders relax. So we're going to inhale here. As you exhale, lift your gaze, lift your heart, your neck, your nose, and find that gentle extension into the upper back. And then from here, we're going to come back, drawing the sternum back down to its neutral position, the neck, and then the nose. So it's quite a small range of movement. Feeling that extension in the upper part of the back, keeping the pelvis really nice and still. Light connection in your core. Good, using that breath, exhale to lift up, lift the heart, the neck, the nose. Keeping that length in the back of the neck. Let's keep it going for 5. 4. Just 2 more, keeping the pelvis as still as you can, looking for the extension in the upper part of the back. I like to move quite slowly with this exercise. And last one. And then returning to the centre when you're ready. Float your hands up and release the arms down. Lovely. So from here, we're going to take one arm up and over as we stretch into our triceps. So just pressing onto the elbow if that's comfortable for you to reach. If not, you can always take your hand in front. So just stretching where we've worked. Letting your shoulders melt. Lovely. And then taking your arm in front to stretch into the back of the shoulders. Lovely, and then we're going to transition onto the other side. So just taking your arm up, placing your hand behind your shoulder, fingertips to your elbow, or pressing from the front if that feels more comfortable. As you stretch, try and keep that sense of connection in your centre. Really nice. And then again, taking the arm in front to stretch the back of the shoulders. Good. Lovely, and then release when you're ready. Give your shoulders a nice little wriggle. Thank you for joining me today. Well done. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.